I do believe we'll see an increased demand for green jobs just because there's more attention focused on it in the general public and in the media.
We are the eyes and the ears out there. Without us, it is easy to overlook the needs of our endangered species.
Conservation encompasses many careers focused on preserving our natural resources, air, soil, and water quality, and our wildlife, forests, and parklands. Jobs in conservation range from biologists to environmental educators to those who write policies to protect the environment.
We have fish biologists who work out at some of the hydroelectric projects. They make sure that the dams operate as fish-friendly as possible. We have wildlife biologists who deal with marine mammals and the bird species that might be on core lands. We also have wetlands biologists who are worried about insects, butterflies, or plant species that could be threatened or endangered. We have people working in compliance that do permits, and they do the planning part, and they coordinate research. If you enjoy being outside, if you enjoy actually working towards recovery of a species, it's a very fulfilling position. There are a lot of job opportunities out there, and it is definitely a livable wage and one that you can raise a family on.
Conservation careers aren't limited to wildlife biologists and forest rangers. You can apply your environmental interest and knowledge in many industries and government agencies.
I'm the environmental compliance manager for a transit agency. Well, at our facilities, we maintain the buses and the light rail vehicles. So we change the oil, change the coolant, repair the vehicles, do body work. And as a result of those operations, we have wastes we need to deal with and recycle properly, make sure that they don't impact the environment. There's lots of different industries where you can make an impact on the environment. You could work helping an industry come into compliance with environmental regulations. You could be an inspector going to industry, making sure they've come into compliance. You could work as a consultant to help with cleanup or environmental compliance.
Some conservation careers focus on environmental education and training. And not just in schools and universities, but in museums and interpretive centers and in virtually every industry.
I go to middle and high schools and talk to students about ways that they can use fewer natural resources and adopt more environmentally friendly behaviors. We'll have an interactive discussion about topics like natural resource use or your ecological footprint, and we'll do some activities to demonstrate what it means to use fewer natural resources. We're hoping that this kind of education will help create more livable communities where people are making decisions based on the environment and based on their community. My job is really specific in working with students, but there's lots of other folks, people that work in communications and web design, web content, media relations, public affairs, getting the word out, talking to all kinds of different audiences. So if you're really drawn to teaching and you also want to do something that makes a difference for the environment, you could choose a career like this.
There are so many career choices within conservation and education. If you're a good teacher or trainer, you can teach environmental values and practices. If you're interested in law or policy, you can work at a government agency or at high level in business. If you're a scientist and like to be outdoors, there are conservation careers worldwide, from the forests to the mountains to the cities. All of these careers work together in the green economy.
For me, every day I get up and I am trying to save a species that is heading towards extinction. Over time, you start seeing attitudes change as people start to understand, and then you start getting people who are like, wait, we can't do that because that's not good for fish. So that is extremely fulfilling, and it is making a difference.